In a time before time, a piece of the timeline was cut, and the ends woven together. That piece still exists in its own smaller knot. It is a part of time apart from time that can slide along the timeline, making it a time machine. Those who board the time ship create their own time, weaving a new reality, changing the past. And one can write realities, both dark and bright, into existence. After stealing the time ship from the previous owners and writing them out of existence, the fools have traveled back to 1692, where they hope to find details on a secret concordant, a treaty made between three groups of mages that have bound the history of Boston since that time. Parallax, forced to awaken to a possible left-hand path, had traveled down a long and murderous road, but with his friend's help, he has regained his wisdom. Hannah, who can't remember their past, and now find themselves having written their own family out of existence. Mona, reality architect, and faithful to the God Machine. Ethyl Stubbs, the last descendant of the Ward line, and linchpin of reality, though she doesn't yet know it. Together with a stranger, Rex, and Parallax's newly married wife, Elora, these fools have traveled into adventure. They are running out of time. Witch Hallow Farm, the center of the Ouroboros. Following a directive from Samuel Paris, the cabal of fools has searched the area. They found a crazed cannibal who has now since passed. They also found tunnels leading underneath the two buildings. The tunnels led down into an underdark passageway. In another timeline, Mona traveled those passageways to horrific end. As such, rattled, Mona split from the rest of the group and went up back to the surface while they continued further down. Mona, as you come outside, you see Reverend Samuel Paris. His nimbus isn't flaring, but you can feel it humming in the air around you, his pure magical might. And you can tell that he has several spells cast upon him. There are others here who are awakened. You recognize another woman from the church who was there when you were in the spirit world, and the Lernean, her strict eyes upon you. They also have with them many sleepwalkers and the head of one of your former companions, a spirit deer with just one antler, bright eyes. Somehow, these mages have been able to make Bright Eyes manifest and kill it. Mona, you feel something in your mind. its wrecks. Where are the others?
They're in the basement. Can you give me some mind shields? I've got a mob coming at me.
Yeah, I should be able to. 1 second. But what do you mean the basement? I told you to warn me before you went off into any other worlds.
I don't think we realized we were entering another world. You've been warned.
The crowd outside shifts nervously, and Samuel Paris looks at the severed head and then looks at you, demanding an answer with his eyes.
What was the question?
The question seems to be, why is this deer here?
You brought the deer here. You mean in general? Oh, no.
I can see the connections between things, and you and this beast are connected. So too,
That's correct.
the beast and the plague. Are you harbingers of Satan?
No. You've got it all wrong. You see, where we're from, things are a little different. And, you know, women can vote. And minorities can speak.
What's a minority? The people start getting a little rabble-rousy.
And Native Americans are our neighbors.
Roll a presence plus persuasion check.
Sure.
Meanwhile, back down below, Alora trembles, holding the woodsman's axe that she found inside the house that you were just in. She is concerned, but is willing to keep going with you. The last time that you were down here, I don't believe you had a light source other than Mona, so what are you using as a light source?
I believe last time it was using like, I don't know, that's not the right way to phrase it, but like echolocation with space magic. I think that's what I was doing.
So
I believe
yeah, you can use space light.
Mm-hmm. I've got night vision.
Nice. Animal sight.
Mm-hmm. I could probably give night vision to Alora and Ethyl.
Yeah, why don't you roll that life plus gnosis -2 spell?
If I touch their eyes.
Yeah, +2.
like their eyelids. Just kind of. Yeah, that's 3 successes.
All right. Suddenly you can see, even with the slight dim light that's down here, you can tell that the walls are carved. There are figures in the walls. It looks like people. And as you continue down, not only is it people, but there's a ziggurat. Parallax. Oh, you see it and you're like, wait, oh. And there you are. You are back on top of the ziggurat. This time, there are no organs splayed everywhere around the ziggurat. It's slightly smaller than the first time that you were at the ziggurat. But it is crowded. You see those warriors who you encountered once before standing guard on the steps all the way up with large bladed weapons. And you see that there is a crowd assembled here.
What are they doing? Is it like, are they like watching somebody? Is it me?
It's you.
Uh,
They are, in fact, looking up at you, kind of bewildered. A few of them have brought food with them here, mostly meat. And they pause to look at you.
Now, are they like stunned? Okay, so they're sort of stunned to see me, I guess. But does it seem like they are happy to see me?
You would not say that. They do not look
Yeah.
joyful to see you.
How about fearful?
Roll a wits empathy check.
Let's see. Actually, I don't think I have any empathy, so I'm gonna do a -1 on this roll. No, I haven't a clue.
They look alien, strange.
Well then. Now do I recall, they seem to worship Nega Parallax, didn't they? To a degree?
They did in some version of reality.
Yeah. So I'm on top of the ziggurat. They're all like sort of standing there, like at the base of it, and they're all like waiting for me to do something. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I say in my loudest voice, "Rejoice, children, for I have returned."
And there's just a yell. You think it's excitement. It might be anger. And then the echoes die away as you've reached the bottom of the staircase. And at the bottom of the staircase, there is a yawning 30-foot diameter hole deep down into the earth. A walkway goes around, and you can see that on the other side, there is another passageway. With your animal eyes, you cannot see the bottom, but with Parallax's space sight, you can see that the bottom is unending, unnatural, a space-time paradox.
If I drop one of my coins down there, it just doesn't hit anything. It's not like it loops back.
Do you drop a coin?
Yeah. Flip it in.
And it goes down and down.
Great. Don't walk in that. I'd like to see if there's any, put on my spirit site, like, are there any spirits around here? Like, what kind of connection does this have? This house is very connected.
There is a spirit down here. There, at first, seems to be one massive spirit, but then you can tell that it is, in fact, many smaller spirits. They are spirits of vice and horror, most predominantly. A collection of vices and horrors. Some larger than others, but all of them milling about in a swarming pool, like a spirit court, but a vile spirit court.
Not in the pit, but around it.
Yeah. And do you want to look down into the pit?
Can I look down while asking the nearest spirit next to me, what is this?
Yeah. And as you look down into the pit, the spirit responds, home. And you see in the bottom of the pit a great spirit, huge and immense, that blocks out your sight of anything else. It's a mouth, and it licks its pointed teeth, cutting the tongue in half as it passes along. And then it smiles a bloody smile at you.
Okay, what spirit? Who is that? No more questions.
You're gonna roll spirit sight, get successes.
Yep. Get 2 questions. What's this the spirit of? Let me find my list of questions. What is the spirit's name?
The spirit's name is the Prince of 10,000 Leaves.
No.
I knew it.
Let me just put that really horrible connection between Witch Hallow Farm and. Okay.
Yeah, that's basically the alternate name of evil Parallax.
No.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Wait, who's the
That's
first
like
guy?
it's like the personification consciousness of the abyssal timeline, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Like it is the spirit of that whole timeline.
Yeah.
And in a
Yeah.
way,
Ow.
evil Parallax was just serving that timeline. So it's kind of like evil Parallax's boss.
I have so many questions, but right now I just want to know, okay, we're gonna stop it. What is its ban or bane? Does it have one?
It does have a ban, and you're in a position where you can see it. You understand that its ban/bane is charity, for charity's sake.
What is meant by its ban or bane? Like, we kill it with charity?
Yes. It could be hurt by charity. Not like you could give it something, though, but rather if there was charity in a certain regard, it could injure it.
Like if we were going to be charitable in front of it, like in its presence,
Yes, you think that
like
would work.
in spite of its presence.
Yes.
I was gonna say Parallax. The nega timeline is here.
Am I like still spacing out in that ziggurat throw timeline, or am I back?
In fact, you come back to those words.
Shoot.
Spirits at home.
Oh my god. Where's Mona?
Back outside. Mona, how many successes did you get on that persuasion attempt?
I got 1 success.
You do give them pause. They think
And I can prove it.
about your words. And Samuel Paris looks at you and says, "Let this be a warning. We will find out what you are and what you are doing here. And I swear," and his voice rings true as he says this, "that if you are working with our enemies, I will destroy you. Neighbors or not, you will have no contact with those savage people while you are here."
That is very insulting. And, you know, the future, you're going to be on the bad side of the past, of history.
We are the ones who will ensure that history can be written by preserving society.
Well, you don't have a time machine, do you?
I suppose I do not yet have a time machine. But we have an understanding of time and an understanding of location. Soon, perhaps, I will have a timeline.
You can't stop me from making friends. I'll be friends with whoever I want.
One of the women steps up from behind Samuel Paris and says, "You'll be dead."
She just threatened me. Everyone heard that. I was just threatened.
You are, at the moment, staring down a crowd of like 20 people.
Yup. I'm trying to stall until my friends realize that Rex is not in their brains anymore. Also, I'm gonna go and pick up Bright Eyes' head off the ground. Disrespectful.
It feels remarkably light.
I'm wearing like, you know, layers. I'm gonna wrap it in one of my layers and like attach it to my loophole, my belt loop.
The woman next to Samuel Paris, who threatened you, leans in. Her face concealed by her habit, and says something in a low voice to him. He looks around at the assembled people and says, "It is not our place to judge this stranger. It is God's. Take her. We'll go to the lake."
Yeah, I start running. I'll put forces to make me run super fast.
Yeah, I think you should definitely roll forces plus gnosis.
Nothing like doing magic in front of the
Front of a
crowd that
bunch of
wants to
keepers.
drown you as witches.
Do I have a room to run around the corner and then cast it?
Maybe you will have to run some distance before you cast the spell. If you would like to do it outside of view.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll try that.
So instead, just roll a strength plus athletics check to see how quickly you can sprint around the corner of the building.
Zero. Mona's not very athletic. They tend to stay in bars.
Yeah, several of the people in the crowd roll much higher. They have been running their entire lives because that's really the only way that you can get between any two places. And they all outrun. They are inches from catching you. And you don't think you're going to be able to make it behind that barn. You hear Rex groaning as he fights off a psychic attack.
Can I put like a forces shield without people realizing it?
Yes.
Okay, well I'm definitely gonna do that.
Okay.
Now.
You can spend a mana to do it reflexively and still take an action.
I will do that.
Your forces shield snaps up, but the people are still so close to you. Down below, the rest of the cabal hears a strange echoing.
Is it coming from the pit?
You think so with your space sight. It's coming from all around you, but you're pretty sure it originates in the pit.
Can I look into the pit with death sight?
Yes, you can. The pit is the largest of those tears between this world and the abyss, and you can see it with your death sight. This is the thing that is eating the ghosts.
Okay, that was what I was just going to ask. That's what the ghosts are getting sucked into?
It is.
I have a technical question about open or resonant conditions. Is that what this is?
So open means that you are easier to take over by a spirit, any spirit. What page do you see it on? Or is it part of a spirit spell?
It is called erode resonance. Sometimes a healer must cut out diseased flesh so that the whole may heal, which is Hannah's whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
This spell removes the open or resonant condition on its target entirely.
Yeah, I think that resonant would be probably like open, but for an area. And this area is not particularly open. That's not its problem. Its problem is that there's a very powerful spirit on the other side of the gauntlet here.
Okay, and there's like a rip between here through the gauntlet.
It's not even through the gauntlet. There's a rip in all reality here. There's a rip in the prime fabric of existence here. There is an abyssal tear. Instead of leading to the underworld or the spirit world, it leads to the abyss. This is what we call an abyssal verge.
I have no idea how to fix that, but I know how to banish spirits.
There are
I'm gonna
spirits.
try. Yeah, I'm gonna try and banish. I want to try and banish all of the spirits here.
Okay, you have spirit 4.
Yes. I have spirit 4.
Banish all the spirits. Banishment is a spirit rank 4 spell.
It is.
So you're going to be overreaching.
I also have my lightsaber spirit slicer.
You could do that instead.
I could do that instead. I'm going to I'm going to use Fool's Rush in. So I've never just gone and done like a just spirit slaughter of violent spirits out of fear.
Mhm.
That's 1 success. Which means I add something.
You do not suffer untrained penalties for the next rounds. Did you do it as a rote?
I did it as a praxis because I often do things without thinking about them.
Yeah, it's not any free reach though. So it's just
Dice bonus equal to potency on a number of dice rolls.
That's if you do extra reach.
Oh.
Which you could do if you would like to overreach.
I don't think I want to even risk incurring paradox in front of this ripped the abyss. So no, I'm just going to no, I should have done exceptional luck instead.
You still can if you'd like to.
I'm gonna do that instead. Which is a rope.
As a rope, you can give it free reach to make it last longer, and it can affect spell casting rolls. So that's great.
Cool. Should I re-roll that or just?
Yes, you should, because when you do it as a rote, not only do you get your fate gnosis, you also get to add whatever your rote skill is.
Oh yeah, I put down as my rote skill. Exceptional luck. Wow, I had no successes.
Doesn't work this round.
No, and I'm still just gonna go run and try and cut my way through these spirits and get rid of them. And kind of say, Parallax, we need to get rid. There's evil spirits everywhere. This doesn't work. We need to get out.
Yeah, roll I guess Dex weaponry.
I'm just gonna have to take their word for it because I don't think I can see any of the spirits.
No,
just
a spooky hole.
It's a spooky hole. I'm hearing some weird noises come out of it.
Oh, it totally does not work. I got no successes. So I'm just gonna wave this around and probably piss everyone else off.
Give me a dexterity athletics check.
I got 1 success.
Okay. As you rush at the spirits, they pull back and then all rush at you. You swing the sword, but they seem to be dodging it. And then you feel your heel on the edge of the hole. You keep your balance, but you're now penned in by these swarming nasty spirits that no one else can see. You can feel their oppressive weight as they sneer and jeer at you.
We're still by the pit, right?
Yes.
Can I make an anchor to try to catch the ghosts from being sucked into the pit? I'm I don't like that the pit's eating the ghosts.
Yeah. I think you could totally do that. You could like seal over this to stop ghosts from getting sucked up. Now, there's not any ghosts at present that are being sucked up, so you won't be able to see how well it's working.
Stops future ones. Maybe it stops making it stronger if it can't eat ghosts.
Yeah, how long do you want that to last for? Because that'll be a reach question. So you can make it last for a day, a week, a month, a year.
Let's start with what would it cost me to make it happen for a week? I'm not optimistically assuming we can fix this in a week.
So it would be a death plus gnosis -4 check for a week.
Okay. That's a lot of dice. I'm going to do that. Hold on.
Nice. Death Master.
Do you think ghosts are part of a healthy abyssal breakfast? Says Ethyl out loud as she's casting the spell.
Parallax. You sense something coming from the hallway across from you. With your echolocation, you can sense heavy footfalls. Give me a wits plus composure check or a space plus gnosis check.
Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna do space gnosis.
And
Sure.
Victoria, you can also add a yantra to that if you'd like to.
I was just going to ask, can I like say a little sealing thing
Yeah,
or a little anchoring song in high speech?
absolutely. Add +2.
Anchor here, don't float away. Here on Earth, the ghost should stay. But in high
Add +3.
I got 4 successes on that space gnosis check.
4 successes. You can not only tell that it's one figure with heavy, plodding footsteps, you can tell that they are massive. You can tell that they are heavy. You can tell that they are shirtless. You can tell that their body is covered in seams. And as they walk around the corner, you can't see them yet because they're in darkness, but your space sight tells you that this man, they're familiar to you somehow.
So when you say seams, is there a lot of them?
Just one. Just one.
Just one?
Oh, just one seam? No, there are many seams along.
We're talking like 1,000 ones? Or like several? Or can I not tell?
You can't tell. It does seem like they have been tortured or something, and their body is just covered in scarification.
Okay. Interesting. I don't think I want to hang out and find out. So, gang, I think it's time we met up with Mona and we leave.
I'm trying. I'm just sitting at the edge with a lightsaber.
Victoria's successes on that check.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was probably talking with the mic off. 8.
You got 8 successes.
Yes, I roll a lot of dice. It's wild.
Echoes up and then down like a massive suction cup, sealing over the hole completely in the Twilight realm. In fact, it's so sealed over that there's almost like a semi-solid barrier here that physical objects like Hannah will have a hard time passing through as well.
Yes. Ethel's still like real psyched every time she does magic that like works.
Also take a beat because you did an exceptional success. Keep casting great magic. Mona, that failure that you got on your last athletics roll, for a beat, would you like to turn it into a dramatic failure?
And get captured? Sure.
That's what happens. They grab you by the hair and pull you back. You take a point of bashing damage, even with your forces armor. And you also get 2 beats because you are also now a condition, and that condition is grappled / in trouble.
Okay, that's okay. I've got a plan.
Okay.
I might get arrested for this, but it's too late now.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I want to cast Apocalypse.
Okay. Yeah. You want to cast Apocalypse, which is a
Yes.
prime spell?
Prime 4.
Okay.
Anyone subject to the spell, mage, sleeper, or other supernatural beings gains mage sight, attuned to the path of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get a free reach on this, so you can apply it to a bunch of people. You're still going to be rolling at -4. You're just doing it to the sleepwalkers, right?
To everyone.
Okay, including the other mages.
Maybe just the sleepwalkers.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to scare them and be like, yeah, I am a witch.
I think
Biatch.
you're gonna scare them. That is, yeah. Roll prime gnosis -4. Do you want to add a yantra?
Yeah. I have 2 in fate. Can I give them fate sight to see like that what I'm saying about the future it's fated to be and that they're on the wrong side of history?
You can give them fate sight, but what they see is then up to that fate sight.
Right, that's right, I have no control. Is this even a good idea?
It's debatable.
All right, I'm gonna try it. 9. Okay, and the thing I say is, Chain Paris is lying to you. We're all witches.
Okay.
And I will direct them with my prime sight so they can see all the magic that their leaders have. 2 successes.
Countered immediately. And you meant Samuel Paris, who is now here, countering your magic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Samuel Paris and the rest of these goons start to drag you away from Witch Hallow Farm. Back in the basement.
I'm going to try and escape the spirits by blasting Howl from Beyond so that I could just run through.
Okay,
It's a road.
nice. Do you want to target all these spirits?
Yeah.
It's a -4 penalty, but it's not overreach.
Okay. And I'm going to use my spirit slashing lightsaber to do like, so I imagine it like I swing my lightsaber like a big cut across, as you know, when you have those flaming swords and it kind of shoots off the flames, but they're all like ghost hand flames.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, get out, or in high speech, I guess.
Yeah. So you can add either +2 or your magical tool. So why don't you add +2?
That's too cool. So that's just -2 then.
Yep, that's correct.
Still a lot of tips.
Parallax. That figure comes closer, and you recognize their face as someone you have not seen in a long time. It's Sanjata.
Oh, is he one of the pirate guys?
He is one of the pirate
Oh
guys.
my god. We left him behind in that place, I think.
Did. You left him behind in that other reality. And that was also in the future. It doesn't make sense that he would be here.
Right. So he sees me, right?
He does. Though there is no light, you feel like he is looking right at you.
Wow. I sort of meander towards him. I'm like, Sanjata, oh my god, we lost touch with you, I feel like ages ago. How are you here? Are you okay?
There's something wrong with his body. All those deep scars that run across him. It makes it look like he's been disassembled and reassembled again. The cut lines. One of them is across his throat, and he does not speak. He just looks at you with eyes. You can't tell what his eyes look like because you're just seeing space. You're not seeing color in the dark. But there's a moment where you think he's coming towards you. And then he's there, right in front of you. Lightning fast. A blur. It's now standing just a foot away. Ethyl, you can see with your death sight that this figure that has appeared, he's a strong looking person with all these scars. He's got broad features, and he's dead. Sort of. There's definitely something dead about him, but you've never seen a zombie like this.
Do we recognize him?
You do not, but Parallax apparently does.
Does he seem mean? Evil?
He has not yet attacked you. He seems serious.
Can I talk to him?
You can.
Can we all talk to him?
You may.
Are you looking for somebody? Sir?
His head turns towards you. With your animal sight, you can see that his eyes are kind of like glazed over, but there's still pupils buried underneath. His face is seriously intense. And he nods. And he points or gestures with both hands towards the two of you. Meanwhile, Hannah is doing some fighting spirit dance attack.
5 successes.
Whoa, take a beat. And oh my gosh, you deal a bunch of damage to these spirits and they just clear out of here, vanishing into the walls.
Nice. I'm facing the opposite direction of this person.
You are now able to turn any which way you would like because you have dealt with the threat facing you. And here's the thing. Hannah never knew Sanjata, but previous identities of Hannah did know Sanjata because you were part of the Free Council. And so was he. He was at all the Free Council meetings. He's essentially a pirate. He used to have amnesia. He didn't know where he came from. But Parallax, you and Mona determined that where he came from was the other timeline.
Like the Abyssal timeline?
Like the Abyssal timeline. Hannah, you don't know that yet because they probably didn't see fit to share it with you. But yeah, you also hadn't seen him or known what was happening with him.
So he just looks like a really creepy dead person.
He looks like a really creepy dead version of your friend.
This is trippy. What are you doing here?
They nod and point towards the direction that you came.
Can I use my 1 dot of mind to read surface thoughts?
Yeah, roll mind gnosis.
I think with a reach I can kind of get like words and phrases.
And overreach.
Would that incur a paradox roll?
It would incur 2 dice of paradox at your current gnosis. You could reduce it by 1 by using a dedicated tool, and you could spend a mana to reduce it by another point to just a chance die.
So it would be down to just a chance die, even if I use mana and a dedicated tool, it's still 50-50?
No, it's 1 in 10.
You know, I don't think it's worth it being next to a hole to the abyss. I'm just gonna read surface thoughts. I'm not gonna mess with that. No thanks.
Yeah, what do you roll in that mind gnosis?
2 successes.
Has a mind. Right now, their thoughts are urgent, and as you are looking into their mind, you see their thoughts recognize you looking into their mind, and then you see a picture. It's Mona. Mona is sinking into a lake. Cut 2. It's Mona. Mona, you're at the edge of a lake with an angry mom. I think we'll call it a little bit early tonight, as Mona is about to be thrown into a lake. You know what? For this pause, Mona, take another beat as you are thrown into a lake.
That's
you
fine.
are now going to have to choose between drowning in your overly large clothes or escaping from drowning, in which case, as we all know, you are a witch.
Yeah.
Or if
Yeah, I'm
you
so-
die. Oh, sorry, go
What'd
ahead.
you say?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm surprised they just threw me in water. Like, Paris should have known I would have cast more spells.
And I was going to say, if you choose to drown and die, you can live in my bag with Byron. I'll keep your skull.
Thanks.
Friend? Question mark?
The rest of the party does climb up those stairs, though, at the end of this session, I imagine. With Alora kind of scared behind Parallax as you have brought a new zombie-like ex-mage out from the Abyssal Underdark with you. And you see a bloody patch on the ground. in the center of which is Bright Eye's head.
I took the head.
Right. They didn't let you keep that head, but it's not here anymore.
Rude. They threw the head at me and then didn't let me keep it.
Sinjata points at you, Parallax, and points at the blood stain.
Is there more bloodstains? Like, is there like a trail?
No.
I look at everyone else like Mona was up here. Do you think that was hers?
Can you look and see what happened in the past? Or Ethel, can you see whose blood is this? Is this Mona's blood?
Can I do that? Can I tell that?
You have Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say with Death and Prime combined, you could tell if it was Mona's blood.
Oh no, I don't have Prime. Never mind. I have no Prime. Sorry, I have Matter, not Prime.
I could look back in time for, say, what, the 5-10 minutes we were down there, see what happened up here.
Yeah, with time 5, you can actually scrub through the timeline, so you can just watch that entire scene in about 2 seconds.
All right. I'll probably tell what direction they went in, right?
Yeah.
All right, I start booking in that direction. I'm like, Mona's in trouble. Big time. They're going to drown her. I'm assuming everyone else is going to just follow me. Otherwise, I'm just going to book it on my own.
Can I make everyone fast?
Yes, you can. It is going to be a -2 penalty, and it wouldn't last that long unless you overreach. But let's deal with running fast next time in Wards and Witchcraft. Having a great time. Let's do experience. Everybody gets a beat for playing, and let's do another beat for both. Mona gets a beat for surviving, and the rest of the team gets a beat for the encounter with the prince at the bottom of Witch Hallow Farm.
Funny you should say that. My aspiration is survive the mob, but I don't actually think I'm currently doing that.
I've decided that you also are going to get a beat this time for failing your aspiration. Now, from now on, when you fail your aspirations, you also get beats, because beats represent learning and good storytelling.
One of my aspirations is stop what's eating the ghosts, which I did temporarily.
Absolutely. You can totally take a beat for that.
Did being close to the Abyssal timeline affect my hunger?
Not that you noticed.
Cool. Yeah, I work towards none of my aspirations or obsessions.
All right. And let's wrap it up there. We'll meet back next time.